26 Charlie Tango 1017 1017 listening.
There you have it, folks. Look what arrived in the post early this evening while I was at work doing my little part-time job delivering fast food. Oh yes. I had a phone call off the wife to say, oh, your parcel's come. There it is. I've not yet took it out of the box. I took it out of the original box it came in, the brown box, but all I did was cut the tape open the box and pull that out. I have not yet seen the radio or any of the gear inside of it, so bear with me. I'll keep pausing my video and then lighten them all together at the end, and hopefully it'll make sense. But there it is, Fidelity home base 27 MHz FM transceiver. In its day, I believe, I'm under the impression they were £149. In that box should be the original sale receipt, so we'll see how much they cost. And while I'm there, does anybody know how much the Uniace home base was? Just out of interest, because I've not managed to find from scouring around the internet how much they cost, or so if you got an idea, leave it in the comments box if you would. I'd be interested to know, because I think the quality of the Uniden home base is better than the £369 Midland personally. The reason I say that for is because it seems the front fascia bezel, the complete fascia on the Midland, has been chromed or dipped in chrome, however to do the manufacturing side of it, and then sprayed matte black with a thin coat. And obviously when people catch them, or over the years, the paint scratches off to reveal shiny chrome underneath. Who would paint matte black paint over shiny chrome? It's beyond me. So they don't, if you mistreat them or abuse them, the Midlands, I don't think they stand up to the abuse. So I'll call the build quality not that clever. Whereas the Unidems, they seem to, I've never seen a bad one, to be fair. They seem better built. Either way, that's only my opinion. You may have a different one. Right, I'll open this box. I'll keep pausing the video, and as I say, I'll join them together. Try and keep it a bit interesting. I don't yet know if this radio is even going to work. I will tell you the price at the end. I'll do my normal thing. I'll get a dummy load and a power meter, and that's if it does work, because the description was it's not been used for years. They haven't got an aerial to plug it into to test it, but the light comes on, so that leaves a lot open, doesn't it? So for any dishonest sellers out there, I'm not implying this person's dishonest by any standards, but I'm sure there is the odd one what goes, oh, I haven't tested this, when they know damn well it's broken. So I'm taking a chance buying this. At least when you read the description of a radio where it says it's on frequency, it does X amount of power, blah blah, works 100%. By rights, when you get that radio, it should work, unless it gets broken in postage. But either way, part two will come in a minute. I'm going to take it out of the box, put it on the table with all its gear, and then after that I'll do another short video with the dummy meter. I'll get my words back to front. Must be getting old. My dummy load and my power meter, and we'll see what it does, if it does anything. Allegedly, so I've heard off other videos, etc. When they were brand new, they didn't really do much over 3 watts. So, you know, I'm not expecting it to do 4. Either way, I'll be back in a moment. Right, I've took everything out of the box. It has had some use. It's not in bad condition. It is above average for a 37-year-old radio. For a couple of very light scratches where it says Citizens Band. Very light, not big scratches, and the silver, I presume that's stuck on that the thing what says Citizen Band, that silver piece is obviously stuck on. It's slightly ripply. It's not coming off, but it's slightly ripply. It's not smooth and flat. So made in Taiwan, don't you know? microphone, the original one, very clean. It has had some use, but it's very, very clean. It hasn't got scratch marks or anything on it. And in the little bag, it hasn't got a receipt and how much it was. It's got a warranty card. Keep this safe, and it's got the booklet, fidelity booklet, with all the instructions, operating and frequencies it covers. In the little plastic bag is a black plastic bracket that you screw to the side of the radio to put your microphone in, because the microphone actually plugs into the right hand side of the radio. So you'll notice that my video so far has been very steady, because I've mounted a little G-clamp on the throttle of my my Triumph 1050 speed triple. So no Mr. Wiggly video yet, but it will be in a moment. Sorry about this, but I've got to do some hand holding of the camera. But the noise you can hear in the background is my Uniden channel 14, waiting for the vampires to come on. But then again, I'm a bit early for them. It's 12:36 AM, and it would be, well, it would have been Saturday night. It's late Saturday night. Officially it's gone 12 o'clock, so it's Sunday morning, but to me it's still Saturday night. But right, so I'm going to do the ultimate. I'm going to put my power meter on top of the radio with my dummy load, a patch lead, see if the thing actually transmits. That'll be interesting. And also it comes with a very long lead. It's about 5 foot long, the power lead to it, which is another good thing. So right, back in a moment. Right, and I've plugged the beast in. Let's turn the squelch up. Just to recap, if anybody didn't hear my last video, I did buy one of these in 1982. It's probably about 4 or 5 months old. I didn't get a box, instructions or any of that. I can't remember if I bought it or did a deal with another radio. I can't remember. But those were the days where you open your curtains and turn your head to the right and left looking out your window, in my case, and I lived in a small village. You could see 5 aerials at any one time. Well, not everybody had a CB, but an awful lot of people in the street did. So my memories of these radios were that they were a load of rubbish, in the sense that if you was on channel 20 talking to somebody and one of your neighbours came on, that's the end of your conversation, because you'd get that much splatter on the other channels. I can't remember how many channels, or if it wiped the whole radio out. Well, today doesn't present such problems where I live. The localist person to me is Adrian, which is about a mile away. It's a very strong station, and I imagine if I was on this thing and he was probably 5 channels away from me, he'd give me splatter. I dare say if you knew a rig doctor of the time, maybe you could have a tighter ceramic filter fitted on the board to tighten the radio up. Whether it would lose its sensitivity or its selectivity or whatever, I don't know. But they were largely regarded as a pretty poor, crappy radio, but they do hold a bit of charm, in the sense that most home bases are a square box. This is like this weird wedge shape, like a piece of cheese really. It is a home base. It has got its own internal power supply. Like I say, it's not a perfect condition one. It's not in bad condition by any standards. I mean, it's not all scratched up or anything. Is that a speck of dust on there, or is that a scratch? No, it's a speck of dust. So generally for something what's 37 years old, you would probably say it is quite clean. That's for sure. I don't expect it to work very well, if I'm honest. It probably wasted, I think it was 67 quid. I'll probably just pass it on. I've got the power meter hooked up with the dummy load in the back of it. Here's the microphone. It's in quite good condition. It's definitely the original one. I expect the audio, when if Tim comes on later, or Tony, hopefully one of them or both of them will come on. I don't expect a good audio report. I'm expecting them to say it's very quiet. What we'll have to do is, I've got a spare power echo mic somewhere around the place. I'll have to try and find out what the mic warrant is for this radio, and at a later date, in a couple of days when I've got 5 minutes, because it's now 8 minutes to 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, so when it's a bit quieter, I'll wire a power mic up to the thing, because that'll probably it hasn't got a mic gain. It's got your volume, and that turns it on and off. squelch, tone, calibrate for your SWR meter, and your RF gain, and quite a large channel display. Somewhere I heard that they can steal these channel displays and make them fit a jumbo, allegedly. So I heard somebody say on YouTube, on somebody's channel I was watching. The back end of this radio is in fantastic condition. There's not a mark on the back end of it. Right, back to my meter. Now I have had a sneak preview at what this radio does. And if you remember about, well, I don't know, a minute and a half ago in this video, I did say that they very rarely achieve more than 3 watts. This one's no different, because I've already had a sneak preview. We'll put it on channel 40. It is pretty even between 40 and 1. So, here we go. Get ready to be amazed, people. You're looking at the very, very bottom scale. The 0 to 5 watt scale. Are you ready? We'll count down. 3, 2, 1, 0. Look at that power. 2.5 watts. Eh? Blimey. 2.5 watts. Right, we'll now change the channel to channel 1. Get ready. 3. Well, we're looking at the bottom one. Look again. 3, 2, 1, 0. Just under 2.5 watts. And that's the wind blowing, because today has been an extremely windy day. There you go. So 2.5 watts. On the back there's a little 10 dB switch somewhere. There it is. Right. There we go. This is low power for you. Watch the bottom scale again. You ready? Boom. Look at that for power. Half a watt, so we'll call that 1/4 of a watt. Okay? 1/4 of a watt. I did key my radio up, my Uniden, which is plugged into an aerial, my A99. In fact, I'll show you. And I've got a feeling that this meter is going to be so lazy on this radio, because normally anything here sat with a dummy load, or even no aerial in it at all, on receive. That's on channel 1, look. I'll put this one on channel 1. Okay. And I'm going to key the uni-ace up when I find the mic. You ready? Watch this. Now normally, if I was to do this with any other radio, that needle would go whopping flying across, it would. Not on this one. You get a lovely buzzing sound and a 5 pounds. So it's definitely low. There you have it. So in a moment, if Tim or Tony appear on the radio, I'm going to plug the aerial, the antenna into this radio, into this Fidelity. Like I say, I expect them to probably say, "Oh, I can hardly hear you, you're very quiet." That's what I'm expecting from this radio, because they were a sack of doo-doo. But like I said, they have got some charm, some appeal to them. And they're a blast from the past, aren't they? They take you into your past when you was young and handsome and fit and everything else. Well, that's what we like to think of ourselves 30, 40 years ago. Right then. I'll see you in the next part of this video. I'm going to hook it up to the antenna and wait for some activity. Right then. Got the old home base on. Would anybody be out there on channel 38? Bring it back if you are.
Mr. HT here. How's the old Fidelity 3000? Is it working like a dream?
Working like a dream. It really is. The signal meter's slightly low. According to your signal you're giving me, I'd say it's 4 pounds low. But I'm sure a man with a screwdriver could adjust that if it was that important. But other than that, what's the transmit sound like, mate?
Absolutely fine. No problem at all. It's mostly mid-range. There's a slight edge of teeth, and there's a reasonable amount of bass, but it's generally all in the middle. It's not biased either way. The signals are 10 plus, no problem at all. It sounds really pleasant, to be honest.
That's very good news. I'm on my homemade antenna, and I'm having to run the matcher box to get the SWR down. If I had a hand free, we'll just see what the I'll try and do this. I'll mackle this. It's going to be very wobbly and wibbly and like my normal videos. Right, press the calibration button, get it on to calibrate, which it is. Now press the reflected power button, about a 1.2 SWR. That's off the homemade antenna with the matcher box in line. But thanks for that, Tim. You will be on my YouTube video channel. Yeah, so hopefully someone will be interested in seeing this old 37-year-old radio in action, and it is working fine. So the only fault I can find with it is the signal meter's possibly a little bit low. It should be on power signal now, shouldn't it? Not on reflected. And it is saying I'm transmitting nearly 4 watts, which is a lie, because I'm actually transmitting 2.5 watts. But there you go. Okay, I will end that one there. Thanks for watching this video as usual. Right then, just before I go, this is an added piece. Anything you want to add to our conversation for this YouTube video, Tim?
So ultimately that's two 35-year-old radios. I'm on an old York CBS 869, also from 1981.
Oh, lovely jubbly. Well, it sounds very clear on this. In fact, you sound clearer on this, believe this or not. In fact, the viewers are going to find this one hard to believe, I think, but you actually sound clearer. I've done the test off camera. You sound clearer on this than you do on the Uniden or the Midland, which is pretty... but saying that, it's not a fair test because they're running through the Antrim 99. There's more background hiss coming through with you on those two radios, and there's not on this. But a video I watched on YouTube explained this to have the largest speaker fitted in any radio, allegedly. I can't, you know, I can't put that down to fact, but that's what was said. So, and I'm also using my homemade antenna, which might be receiving different type audio without the hiss. Who knows? I am picking crackling sounds up now and again, like there's some electrical activity in the ionosphere maybe, or we're in for a big storm. Who knows? Cheers for that one, Tim.
Yeah, you're welcome, mate. As I say, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'm glad to lend hand, really.